for the city, for the dreamers, for the lonely light still shining after midnight. The city wears a different face when midnight comes around. The daytime noise fades into whispers, softer sounds emerge. The office towers stand like giants watching over sleeping streets, while neon reflections shimmer underneath the rain. A taxi glides through puddles like a boat across the sea, its headlights drawing golden lines that vanish as they go. Somewhere a radio is playing from an apartment window high. A soulful voice drifts through the air and disappears into the sky. The baker down the corner starts preparing for the dawn, while musicians finish one more set before they head back home. The waitress counts the tips she earned and hums along to the tune, and all these separate stories somehow move to the same groove. The city never really sleeps, it only changes rhythm, trading busy footsteps for quiet dreams and midnight songs. And if you listen closely, you can hear its heartbeat, hidden beneath the music, hidden beneath the rain. This is a song for the city that never sleeps, for every soul still chasing dreams, for every light that's burning bright against the darkness of the night. This is a song for the city that never sleeps, for every road and memory, for every heart still holding on until the break of dawn. I used to walk these streets with pockets full of plans, believing every corner held a future in disguise. Every cafe felt like a doorway into something bigger. Every stranger seemed like somebody I was meant to meet. The world looked enormous then, the skyline touched the stars, the possibilities felt endless, and somehow so did we. There were nights we'd sit for hours, talking over cups of coffee, about the places we'd go and the people we'd become. We thought life would wait patiently for us to figure everything out, but life had its own tempo, and the years kept moving anyway. This is a song for the city that never sleeps, for every soul still chasing dreams, for every light that's burning bright against the darkness of the night. This is a song for the city that never sleeps, for every road and memory, for every heart still holding on until the break of dawn. buildings, it's not the streets, it's not the signs or the skyline, it's the people, the dreamers working late, the lovers sharing one last dance. A yarn is chasing inspiration, the friends who stay until the conversation ends. The memories made in ordinary places that become extraordinary years later. That's what gives a city its soul. That's what keeps it alive long after the paint fades and the names change. Somewhere tonight, a young musician writes their first song. Somewhere tonight, a couple falls in love. Somewhere tonight, an old friend remembers a better time. And somewhere tonight, a record spins, keeping all those stories together. The moon begins its slow descent toward the edge of morning. Street cleaners move through avenues, collecting yesterday. The first trains start awakening beneath the sleeping ground, and birds prepare their voices for another brand new day. But before the sunlight takes the stage, before the city changes gears, there's one last moment where the night still lingers. One last groove, one last melody. Another night, another memory, another record turning slow. The room is painted gold by a lonely tableland. Shadows dancing softly on the photographs we kept. Outside the city glimmers underneath a velvet sky, while old soul records whisper stories from another time. The coffee's growing colder, but I hardly seem to care. There's something in this melody that keeps me sitting here. The bass line walks so gently, like an old familiar friend, the kind that stays beside you when the world begins to bend. I watch the needle tracing every circle on the vinyl, like it's searching through the years for pieces left behind. Every crackle sounds like footsteps echoing through the past, tiny reminders that the best things never really last. Yet somehow that's what makes them beautiful, that's what gives them meaning. The fact they cannot stay forever makes us hold them closer, and every song becomes a doorway to a place we thought was gone. The vinyl keeps spinning, round and around again, carrying old memories like letters from old friends. The vinyl keeps spinning, piece of me remains. I remember Friday evenings when the weekend just began. The whole world felt wide open like an undiscovered land. We drive with all the windows down and nowhere else to be, just following the city lights wherever they might lead. A cheap old radio playing soul music in the dark, turning empty parking lots into places full of heart. Every song felt personal, every lyric felt sincere, the kind of music that could make you disappear. Not to escape, but to understand, to sit with every feeling without needing a plan. Back when conversations lasted longer than the night, and every dream seemed close enough to touch beneath the lights. The vinyl keeps spinning, round and round again, carrying old memories like letters from old friends. The vinyl keeps spinning through the laughter and the pain, and every time it plays, a piece of me remains. Move quietly, they rarely make a sound. One day you're chasing possibilities, the next you're looking around, wondering where the time went, wondering how things changed, wondering how yesterday can suddenly feel so far away. But music has a gift, it knows how to close the distance. A single chord, a familiar groove, and suddenly you're standing there again, hearing the same laughter, seeing the same faces, feeling the same hope that once filled your chest. Maybe we're all records spinning through our seasons, collecting little scratches, collecting little reasons to keep moving, to keep loving, to keep believing that every chapter matters even when it ends. Tonight the moon hangs low above the sleeping avenue. The city hums a harmony only dreamers listen to. A trumpet drifts like smoke across the quiet midnight, and for a while it feels like every answer's waiting there. Not in success, not in fortune, not in things we try to own, but in simple moments, like hearing your favorite song alone, and realizing happiness was never very far. It was hiding in the music, exactly where you are. The vinyl keeps spinning, round and after midnight. When the city finally whispers and the records tell the truth. The moon hangs low above the boulevard tonight, silver reflections dancing on the fading traffic lights. The shops are mostly empty, the crowds have gone away, leaving only dreamers and the music here to stay. An old record spins slowly on a turntable nearby, its worn out groove still shining like forgotten stars at night. Every little crackle sounds like pages being turned from stories left behind but never fully learned. The bartender knows every face that's still around. The writers, the musicians, the lost souls drifting down, looking for a melody to make the evening whole, looking for a little peace somewhere inside their soul. Outside, the rain begins to softly kiss the street, keeping perfect rhythm with the drums beneath the beat. And for a moment everything feels exactly right, like the world was made for music on a night like this. No one talks too loudly, no one needs to rush. The groove says everything without saying much. Vinyl hearts after midnight, beating to the same old song, finding pieces of tomorrow in the places we belong. Summer sky with the windows down and soul music keeping us alive. The city lights stretch endlessly like diamonds on the sea, and every road ahead looked like a new possibility. We talked about forever as though it was guaranteed, like every dream we carried was already planted as a seed. We thought we'd have all the answers by the time we reached the dawn. Funny how the years arrive and prove how much we got wrong. Some of those friends still call me every now and then. Some disappeared like records that were never played again. Yet every memory remains somewhere inside the sound of old basslines and melodies still floating around. Final hearts after midnight, beating to the same old song, finding pieces of tomorrow in the places we belong. wisdom that only nighttime knew. The streets become reflections of the thoughts we keep inside, and every passing streetlight feels like a trusted guide. The world looks less complicated underneath the moon. The noise fades into silence and perspective comes too soon. You realize the things that mattered weren't the things you own, but the songs, the laughs, the people who made you feel at home. Maybe happiness was never waiting somewhere far away. Maybe it was hiding in ordinary days, in coffee after midnight, in conversations long, in sitting with good people while your favorite record's on. Here's to every late night dreamer, every wandering soul, every heart still searching for something beautiful. Here's to old records spinning and stories never told. May we always find someone inside the groove. The night is getting older now, the stars begin to fade. The first hints of the morning start to paint the sky in gray. But nobody seems worried that the darkness has to go, 'cause every ending leaves behind a little glow. The trumpet plays one final phrase above the fading band, like a farewell wave from someone who completely understands that life keeps moving forward. That's simply what it does. Yet every song we truly love forever stays with us. The record nears its final groove, the room becomes still. The silence waits patiently beyond the windowsill. And in that fragile moment before the music ends, you can almost hear the memories beginning once again. Another night, another record, another story hiding in the groove. Golden street light shimmer on the rain-soaked avenue, painting little rivers of amber and blue. The city moves slower when midnight arrives, like it finally remembers what it means to be alive. A distant saxophone drifts through an open window frame, carrying pieces of someone else's pain. Yet somehow it feels comforting, somehow it feels right, like an old friend stopping by in the middle of the night. The cafe on the corner still has a few lights on, a couple by the window quietly holding on. The waitress wipes the counter while humming to the beat, and the rhythm of the evening feels complete. There's magic in these moments that nobody plans, tiny pieces of forever hidden in our hands, the kind you don't notice until years have passed you by, and suddenly they're the memories that make you smile. The world can wait until tomorrow. Tonight belongs to the groove. Golden streetlights, velvet nights, slow dancing through my mind. Every melody feels like home, every rhythm feels alive. Lights, velvet nights, shining soft and low, taking me somewhere beautiful. Only the music knows. much money, but we had enough to dream. And every weekend felt bigger than it seemed. Friends crowded in the living room, laughing far too loud, talking over music while thunder wrapped the clouds. Someone always sang along, even when they missed the key. And nobody cared because they were family. The future felt enormous, stretching farther than the eye. We thought we'd always have the time, we thought we'd never say goodbye. But life has its own rhythm, and people come and go. Still some nights stay forever in the soul. Golden streetlights, velvet nights, slow dancing through my mind. Every melody feels like home, every rhythm feels alive. Streetlights, velvet nights, shining soft and low, taking me somewhere beautiful. Only the music knows. Keep moving faster than anybody expects. One day you're chasing dreams, the next you're chasing checks. The streets begin to change, familiar places disappear, and somehow every birthday seems to arrive too near. But music has a strange way of slowing down the clock, turning tiny moments into something that lasts a lot. One song can bring back a summer, one chord can bring a face, one bass line can transport you to another time and place. A photograph may fade, a building may come down, a favorite old cafe may no longer be around, but the feeling hidden in a melody stays exactly where it was, waiting patiently for the day you need it most. Maybe that's why we keep listening. Maybe that's why records still spin, because every groove holds proof that beautiful things happen, that beautiful people existed, that beautiful moments were real. And that's enough to keep believing. Tonight another vinyl turns beneath the golden light. The trumpet softly rises like smoke into the night. The bass line keeps on walking with confidence and grace, while the Rhodes piano things had held with space. Outside the city sparkles beneath the moon above. Inside the music whispers stories about love. Not only romantic love, but every kind that's true. The love of friends, a family of dreams we once pursued. The song begins to fade, the record nears its end, yet somehow I don't feel sad, because I know it will begin again, somewhere, for someone, on another beautiful night. radio playing low, sunlight through the window, nowhere to go. The curtains sway gently with the breeze from outside. A golden ray of sunlight slowly fills the room with light. The coffee's on the table and the newspaper's unread, because an old soul record keeps spinning in my head. The neighborhood is quiet, almost frozen in a dream. No traffic rushing by, no noise to break the scene. Just the sound of distant birds and children down the street, and a funky little bassline putting rhythm in my feet. The radio keeps playing songs from another time, voices full of feeling, melodies that still shine. The kind that make you stop and simply listen for a while. The kind that somehow always leave you smiling when they're gone. And every note feels familiar, like an old friend dropping by, to remind me of the beauty hidden in ordinary life. Sunday soul on the radio, playing soft and slow, taking me where memories go, to places only music knows. Sunday soul on the radio, like sunshine through my soul. A little warmth for the heart, a little groove to make me whole. I remember summer afternoons when life moved easy and free, when the biggest plans we had were simply who we'd be. No deadlines on the calendar, no pressure in the air, just endless conversations and enough time left to spare. We'd gather on the front porch as the daylight slipped away, listening to favorite records while the sky began to fade. The stars would slowly wake above the rooftops and the trees, and every song felt larger than the world we'd come to see. Funny how the years can pass without asking for permission, leaving photographs and stories as their only real condition. Yet certain songs still hold those days exactly where they stood, like little pieces of forever trapped inside a groove. Sunday soul on the radio, playing soft and slow, taking me where memories go, to places only music knows. Sunday soul on the radio, like sunshine through my soul. A little warmth for the heart, a little groove to make me whole. faster every passing year. New faces fill the old places and familiar things disappear. But music has a way of keeping certain moments safe, like preserving little treasures that time cannot replace. The laughter of old friends, the comfort of a family home, the feeling of believing that you're exactly where you belong. Maybe that's why we return to songs we used to know, not because we're chasing yesterday or afraid to let it go, but because they help us remember what matters in the end. The simple things we often miss while trying to get in. Here's to slow mornings and open windows, to coffee cups and favorite songs, to quiet moments that ask for nothing but somehow give us everything. Sunday soul on the radio, playing soft and slow, taking me where memories go, to places only music knows. Sunday soul on the radio, like sunshine through my soul, a little warmth for the heart, a little groove to make me whole. Sunday soul on the radio, one more song before it goes, leaving behind a little light to carry through the road. The coffee's getting cold. The night's not over yet, just one more groove, one more song, one more memory. City lights are fading slowly in the pouring rain, golden reflections running down the window pane. The clock says almost 2 o'clock, but nobody seems to mind, because the music has a way of making time unwind. An old record spins softly in the corner of the room, its melodies floating gently through the shadows and the gloom. The bassline moves with confidence, steady and sincere, like it's walked this road 1,000 times and knows exactly where. A couple dances slowly near the jukebox by the wall. Their movements say the things that words could never say at all. No grand performance, no spotlight, no crowd to applaud, just two hearts finding comfort in a simple soul-filled song. The bartender smiles quietly while polishing a glass, watching another beautiful night slowly pass. He's seen a million evenings come and go this way before, yet somehow every song still feels worth staying for. And somewhere in the rhythm, starts to heal. Something starts to breathe. Something starts to feel real. Just one more groove tonight before the morning light. Let the music hold us close before we say goodbye. Long after the night has gone, I remember when life felt like a road without an end. Every stranger was a story, every stranger a friend. The future stretched before us like a city made of stars, and every dream felt close enough to touch with open arms. We drive beneath the moonlight with the radio turned high, soul records filling every mile beneath the summer sky. Nobody worried much about the years that lay ahead. We were too busy living every moment instead. The old amusement park beside the river still remains, though the colors have faded and the rides don't feel the same. But every time I pass it, I can hear the echo still of laughter floating through the night from somewhere on the hill. Funny how a melody can bring it all back home. 1,000 little memories hidden in a single tone, like photographs developing inside the mind again, showing places and people we thought we'd lost to time. Hold us close before we say goodbye. Just one more groove tonight, one more chance to feel alive, one more song to carry home, long after the night has gone. Teach many lessons, some gentle, some hard. Some arrive like sunshine, some leave permanent scars. But music always seems to understand without asking questions, without needing explanations. Something speaks, waiting for the moment when we need it most. gather around songs. Generation after generation, searching for pieces of themselves inside the sound, searching for hope